All right, I just got a text from a new student that I've been working with saying that he closed his first 2K deal last week and just closed a 5K deal just a few days ago for his agency. So we're gonna be hopping on a call with him, kind of see what he has to say about closing these deals, the industry, sales, progressing in that, because we've only been working together for a few weeks, and how it's all been going, getting his concerns, and kind of just progress and seeing what's been going on. So let's get into it. Hey, Chase, appreciate you hopping on. How you doing today?
Good. What's up, Luke? How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So I've been working with Chase for a little while now, and we just wanted to hop on and go through a little bit and kind of talk about the experience so far. So I guess just walk me through how you've been feeling the last few days with working together.
Yeah, so coming into like this whole like sales realm is like really new to me. Like I have my studio. I've learned how to like build the product. I've recently learned how to do marketing on my own, but like the biggest thing I struggled with was like sales, right? I can deliver, but now can I close the call? And I met Luke a while ago on this cohort, and he's helped me out so much on it. And we've been working together the past like week now, and I actually was able to close my first deal, $2,000, which was fire. So shout out Luke. Um, but for real though, like I didn't have a lot of confidence going to the sales. I'm not a pushy guy, but at the end, I mean, I actually killed it because of Luke. So big shout out.
Awesome. Yeah. And so what is it that you are actually doing? Like just 30-second explanation to anyone who is listening.
Yeah, so we have Block Studio as an agency. We build AI agents, we build websites, we build funnels, we build e-commerce websites as well. We also do branding, like branding strategy, branding guidelines, and we also help with social media and marketing on top of that. So basically, a one-stop shop. If you need something, you come in. If you need a second thing, we can also take care of it, right? So you don't have to shop around. So yeah, that's Block Studio.
Yeah, if anyone is listening and needs any of those services, check him out. Like you said, Block Studio. But working together over the last week and a half or 2 weeks, so like,
Yeah.
how was the access? How were the meetings that we had, and actually the trainings that we were able to do and stuff?
Yeah, the access was super nice. Luke, of course, like we're having our calls throughout the week and the 2 weeks, which has been really nice. But also we have like the schools. So, when Luke and I weren't speaking, we were also able to, I was also able to like review his videos and review the information, and like really like take time and learn it. Like I said, live calls are a lot more helpful, right? But on my off time, I was going over those, which was nice. And yeah, of course, it's over a call. So like, I'm living in Berlin, Germany, and the accessibility was super nice.
Awesome. Yeah, and what do you feel like was the, I guess, most helpful for you, the thing that we did to be able to help you land a deal just a few days ago, right?
Yeah, no, like I said, like going from like no sales experience to like landing a 2K deal, like, um, wait, repeat that question. I'm so
Like
sorry.
what was the most, no, no, you're good. Like what was the most helpful thing you feel like we did, or
Ah,
most helpful to you, I guess?
yeah, the most helpful thing, I mean, yeah, the most helpful thing for us, it was doing like the live role plays, like hopping on. When you're speaking with someone, it flows naturally, but when you train yourself to actually pinpoint certain things to say in a call, it can throw you off. So that practice is really good. But also, a second part is learning the formula on how to deliver your message from the intro to the close. There's like so much that goes in between that you don't even think about.
Yeah, totally. And which part, I guess, of that from intro to close do you feel like was the most challenging part for you at the start?
I would say that the most challenging for me was finding the challenge wasn't the issue, right? It's very easy to find like what they're struggling with, but it's how do you dig into that challenge and make them talk out loud and make them realize that it's a problem and like it's a pain, right? When you make them say it out loud, right? Then they're like, oh wow, like I actually need to work with Chase to fix this. So digging deeper was a hard thing for me. And also, I'm not a really pushy guy when it comes to sales. You work with me or if you don't, but I needed to improve that kind of persuasion of like, you know, getting, just letting them do that without pushing too much, but being a little more assertive with it, improving my frame basically.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it helped a lot.
totally. And like you were saying, we've said it many times, but like what you say is shit, what they say is golden. And so that's exactly what you were saying there.
Yeah.
And so with the two more difficult parts that you said, actually getting specific and getting them to talk about their problem and diving in on that, and then not being necessarily pushy, but being a little bit more persuasive and willing to stick with someone and really help them make a decision to work with you. How do you feel like you are now opposed to just a few weeks ago when we started together on those two challenges for you?
Now I feel a lot more confident with it, right? Because I had clients who they say yes off the first rip. Great. You close it, you're set, you send the link over, you're set. But then there's people that they kind of need convincing, right? You need to then also dig a little deeper and reiterate how important it is with it. And I never had that, right? If someone says no, they don't want to work, I'm very much like I respect it and like I won't bother you anymore. But half the time they want to work with you, they're just scared, and you kind of just need to convince them and just, you know, show them that it's needed. And so that part is really, I've learned a lot about that part, which has helped.
Awesome. Yeah. And what about I guess, diving into the problem? Obviously, we still got a long ways to go. Definitely always getting better, always improving, but like the skill of actually getting the specifics and diving into their problem and pulling that out from them. How do you feel about that skill just over the last week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, going from completely like zero idea how to do that and why it was even important in the first place, then to understanding, finding out the challenge. Once you find out even one challenge, then just, hitting them with like 4 or 5 questions exactly, to dig deeper on it, right? That part has improved a lot. I have a lot to learn with it, but you've already given me so much more like confidence of how to go into it, and to pinpoint what's important to like bring to the surface for them to realize, right? Because it's not me saying convincing them, it's just they know it inside, you just need to bring it to the surface, is what I've
Yeah,
realized.
exactly. And I love hearing that, man. Like that's obviously my goal is helping people get more confident on calls. And I've been a little sick, so that's why my voice is
Yeah.
going in and out. But I love hearing that, man. It's one of my favorite things. So that is pretty much everything that I had. Just wanted to hear from you. Any last points that you want to say about the experience, about working together? Yeah, anything. I'll just leave it open to you.
Yeah, overall, whoever's seeing this video, go with Luke 100%. I see a lot of people online do sales, but Luke's a really good guy. He works with your schedule a lot, right? No matter mornings, evenings, whatever it is. And he does a really great job of explaining how to go through it. Like I said, I had no idea how to do it. And also, I was very kind of timid, to be quite frank, with, whoever's listening, right? I was very timid to like push a person a little bit more. But with Luke's training and like how I like my vibe, I found like a good middle ground to push forward with closing deals. So like I said, I closed the deal for $2,000. Like, what was it, a weekend, Luke? Or
Yeah, yeah.
like, yeah, it was so quick in, right? The results are there 100%. Like, don't doubt at all with Luke. Like, you'll get what you want. You just gotta like invest and go with it. So good stuff. I 100% recommend.
I appreciate that, man. And yeah, oftentimes it's more about just putting in the work rather than like if you put in the work, you're gonna often get the result. So it's
Exactly.
totally there. And you were totally that type of person. Like we've had just over a week, we had like 8 hours of calls or something just in a week. So I love it. I always love people putting in the work and scheduling calls with me. So I appreciate you hopping on here. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you, brother. I
Whoever's
appreciate
watching, have a good rest of you guys' day. See ya.
it.